Hi beautiful star beings of light, welcome to today's exciting video. In this video, we are going to talk about how to channel light symbols, your soul insignias, healing symbols, light languages, and light circuitry. So you guys know by now that I'm very passionate about channeling, and I've done different playlists and videos talking about how to channel light language verbally. I've talked about how to protect yourself, ground yourself, discern, and to align yourself appropriately to the higher realms. And today we want to talk about different ways of channeling, and it's that sometimes we have this notion that to channel, you have to learn how to do trance channeling, which is to either lie down with your eyes closed, or you have to sit and be still and not think. Although there are some preparational stages that you need to do to channel, there is this one way of channeling of symbols onto paper or canvas that's just as powerful as channeling energy, such as Reiki, or channeling light languages verbally, which I have done in other videos, and many of you have this ability as well. And so let's talk about what is soul insignias. So your soul insignia is basically the frequency of your soul downloaded and translated into a symbol. Now there's two types of this symbol. There's one type of this symbol where it's only between you and your higher self. Then there's other soul insignias that you can share with other people. The reason for this is a lot of times if you're a magic user, you will know this. If you do green magic or white magic, you have a magic name, and that magic name is intimate to you and your higher self or your spiritual guides. This is something that only you use towards higher beings or higher vibrational guides that you trust. And so that's between you, right? If you're doing your own healing potions, if you're doing your own channeling or healing, you can use this soul insignia. The ones that you can share with the public, it's like a signature. So when your soul family see your soul insignia, they can recognize you on the soul level. So a lot of times how you can use this type of soul insignia is on your business cards or on your website, and to help your clients and other light workers or your soul family recognize your vibration. So that's the two types of soul insignias. And soul insignias can change over time, right? Because think about it, you're doing your inner work, you're releasing your old energies, you're downloading new frequencies, new activations. So your frequency and vibration changes as you integrate the ego, the shadow, your multidimensional selves, your starseed consciousness. And so you will find that although your soul insignia does have structure, the skeleton of the structure might change, right? Maybe now it has like a little line over here. Maybe there's a little dot over here, or a little squiggly line there. So it can change as you evolve and as you ascend. The second type of symbol is the healing symbols. There is a commonly used one like the Reiki healing symbols, angelic healing symbols. And these healing symbols that I'm talking about is strictly, right, of you. Right? You are channeling from your higher self, or you're channeling with Archangel Michael or Mother Kuan Yin to bring forth a healing symbol for your use. So these healing symbols can have different purposes, and these healing symbols can be used to release attachments. It can be used to heal karma. You can be used to cleanse or to upgrade soul contracts. So when you download a healing symbol, be sure to ask your higher self or the ascended master that you're working with, like, what is the symbol for? How do I use the symbol? And sometimes they will show you, okay, with this symbol, you use it with the symbol of the lotus, and you transfer this white light into the lotus and shine it down to the healing symbol and reflect it onto your third eye, just for an example. So learn what that symbol does and how to activate it. Number 3 is light symbols. Now, these light symbols can be shared with others. So this means that these are universal symbols that you can use to help others. So like I said, the Reiki symbols, like if you're a Reiki practitioner, you will know how to use it. So I categorize it as healing versus light symbol because some healing symbols, right, is just for you. It's downloaded based on your Akash, and it might only work for you. Whereas a light symbol, right, has a bigger collective energy. It might not be as specific when it comes to healing a certain situation, but it has a large effect on the collective consciousness. And so you can download a light symbol, and if you want to, you can share these light symbols. The light symbols themselves also have steps to activate. So also when you're channeling, learn how to use these symbols. Now, when it comes to channeling the symbols, it might come in levels. Today, you might get the skeletal structure of the symbol. Maybe you just see a circle. And then 2 weeks from now, after doing some work, you start to see more parts of the symbol. It's like, a video game. You unlock the different layers, and then you get to the next layer with more options, more Mario Karts, and you can now download more about the symbols. So don't worry if you only see one part of the symbol. Don't worry if you only saw it but can't really put it on paper yet. Don't give up, right? Be the student, be the master, practice, practice, practice. The master became this, who they are because they practice and they are disciplined. And so there are different layers when it comes to your light symbol, and then your guides will kind of teach you how to use the symbol. So again, the usage and the activation can come in different levels. So it's always good to have journals around you. And I have so many notebooks and journals, and I would just write it down. And I would write down it's like a spiritual diary, channeling diary, write down, okay, today I download the symbol, but I don't know how to use it yet. But at least it's there. So when I receive it, then I can add on the steps. So the fourth type of symbols is the light circuitry. And the light circuitry is very common when it comes to the Octarian starseeds. I've also seen other starseeds work with these light circuitry as well. So not to just say if you're not Octarian, you can't channel these light circuitry. That's not what I'm saying. But just from my humble work with starseeds, if you're an Octarian, it will come very easy to you. A lot of Sirians, Pleiadians also are very well tuned with light circuitry as well. So what a light circuitry is a circuitry that activates information and remembrance inside your etheric template or DNA. It acts like a USB port. And so instead of a USB port, plugging into computer to computer, what this light circuitry does is that it creates that soul remembrance, and the channeler receives the information, translate it into a circuitry using lines, using curves, using spirals, or however they channel it. And then the receiver, when they look at this light circuitry or grid, can receive that vibration. So it's a form of communication that I see a lot of star beings use. If you guys have seen some movies, the Arrival movie, in that movie, the aliens, they speak in a symbol, like a circle. And so that's kind of how they communicate, like one way to communicate. Our language is very linear, right? It's like one word after another. But in the other star system, in the other galactic beings, they communicate using symbols and these light circuitries. So light circuitries are very powerful because in the circuitry itself, it can itself contain more than one symbol. and it creates this completeness, circuitry, and upgrade when you receive it. So I foresee in the future, more and more artwork will be based on these light circuitries or grid work from starseeds. Art is going to change. I feel that there's going to be way more of these type of artworks as we move forward. And finally, number 5 is light languages. So light languages can be downloaded and channeled through your voice, but it can also be channeled onto paper as well. And I have seen some of you send me these beautiful writings of light languages. It's amazing. So they look like languages. Sometimes they go down, right, straight lines, one after another. Sometimes they go in horizontal lines. Sometimes they even go in like a spiral outwards. I've seen that before. And so light languages, they again are similar to light circuitry, but they convey a message. And usually when you channel and you give it to someone else, another starseed that's very attuned, they can be able to extract information from the light language. Light languages, light symbols, and insignias I find are very powerful because it bypasses our ego. Right? Our ego, one of the ways that the ego operates is that it wants to understand things. If they don't understand it, then the ego is like, red flag, unsafe, unsafe. So light languages bypass our mental blockages and programming and really get down to the soul level. With that being said, I do want to caution you, don't just go out there and download whoever is on the internet's light language or symbol. You want to know the person first and really discern, okay, is this person of light? Do I resonate with their energy? Then download these symbols because they are a form of communication, right? And what we see, what we read is what we become. So discern yourself. Don't get too excited and go out there and be like, oh, someone is offering free light symbol downloads. You don't know what they're downloading into you, right? So just be careful of that. Keep your circle small, right? I know it's very exciting to go out there and try everything, but I have seen people get really overwhelmed when they download too many things from too many sources in a short period of time. So really discern, right? When it comes to channeling and downloading, quality really overthrows quantity. So keep that in mind, really feel into your heart. And the most powerful way for you to use these symbols and languages is really through your own self-empowerment and sovereign connection to your higher self, to source. I hope that this video have helped you gain confidence and gain inspiration and a boost of energy to go explore your channeling abilities. I know that each of you have beautiful energy and you will create some amazing work. If you want to learn more and if you feel like I'm the right guide for you, I do have a few resources that you can look into. There's a free 3-day course on opening to channel. There is Channel Divine Messages with Spirit Guides. It's an online course that you can join at any time with live group sessions with me. And then there's also other offerings that can help you accelerate your channeling abilities as well, such as a private session with me or joining me in the High Priestess Ascension Academy. Sending you guys lots of love, lots of light. Go out there and shine your light. Bye.